little motivation for you. A little motivation for you. A little motivation for you. A little motivation for you. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Tips Tuesdays live rehashed. We are back with season 3, y'all. Season 3. Just to think, last year I started season 1 and I didn't even think I was gonna keep going. But we in season 3, y'all. And tonight, special guest is none other than the hubby, Mr. H-Tudda. Gotta start the season off right. So I think it's kind of become tradition now for him to at least start the first episode. So I think that's
Yeah.
I'm
Happy to be here. Thank you for having me.
Might see him again. You never know. All right. But we are back with Tips Tuesdays live rehash. If you are tuning in, please share.
Share.
Don't be a hoarder of this inspiration, motivation, and encouragement. All right. So, anybody that has watched the last 2 seasons, you already know what the show is about. What I said: encouragement, motivation, inspiration. For those who listen to the podcast, all we do on this show right here is we give a different perspective, new perspective, more enlightenment on the things that I already talk about on the podcast. So if you're just tuning in, that's what we are about tonight. Okay, so every Tuesday, y'all tune in. This season is May through July. So every Tuesday at 9 p.m. Central Time, we will be on here inspiring, motivating, and encouraging somebody around the world with a different special guest every time. So I hope that y'all enjoy the show. And we're just going to get right into things. And yeah, I feel like I'm talking too much already. Okay, so what's been up with you? I mean, I know what's been up with you, but you can let them know,
Okay.
what's been up with you.
Well, just life in general has been up, but I'm just blessed. I'm blessed to be alive. I'm blessed to be here. Or if you didn't know, God is the author of our lives, the author of my life, and I just truly feel blessed right now. So I've been up to getting back to myself and getting back to Him, and looking forward to some new things on the horizon, let's say. Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, what he said. That's what we've been pretty much up to. So oh, so we are going to start the show off with last season. I started um, within the last couple of episodes. I started doing quotes of the night, and so tonight our quote is: "Don't settle for average. Bring your best to the moment. Then, whether it fails, at least you know you gave all you had." And I chose that quote by Angela Bassett
She
because
fine.
I'm done.
No.
Not saying she ain't fine. But that ain't what I was getting at. We
Sorry.
y'all don't mind my husband.
Sorry. She like 70. She still
She's
look,
not 70
but
yet.
she's still up there. She still look good. I'm just saying. Okay.
But
Sorry.
anywho, we just went all the way off subject. Okay, but shout out to Angela
Shout out
Bassett.
to
You
Angela
know, maybe
Bassett.
one day we'll meet her. You know.
Maybe. Yeah.
But I like that quote because it just really applies to everyday life right now. Let me put that up there on the screen again. Don't settle for average. Bring your best to the moment. Then, whether it fails or succeeds, at least you know you gave all you had. I mean, that's just with anything in life. Like, until you've actually tried, then you can never say that you did. That makes sense. But give it your all, whatever it is that you do in life. Don't just be average. Whether you're at work, whether you're just out and about, whether you're starting new ventures, don't be the average. Stick out, stand out, and do your best. So that is the quote of the night. And before we get into things, like I said, if you have not tuned into the podcast, every Tuesday I release an episode of inspiration. It's just that. When I first started the podcast, one of the things that I wouldn't say really bothered me, but a lot of podcasts these days is mainly like gossip or just what's going on in the world. And in my opinion, we got enough of that. You know what I mean? So doing inspirational podcasts for me has really, number one, motivated and encouraged me in so many ways, but at the same time, encouraging others. So to just keep going with it is what it is right now. So, but y'all tune in every Tuesday. If you have not already, go and follow the podcast. Go follow the podcast. Scan that QR code that is on the screen right now. And like I said, every Tuesday we release a new episode for more encouragement. And that's what I gotta say about that. So y'all hit that QR code. So we're gonna just jump right into things. As y'all know, the past two seasons we've had the small jar and we've had the big jar. Okay, so we've upgraded, and I hope because of my green screen, I don't know if y'all can even see it, but we've upgraded the small jar and the big jar. So yes,
It
of course
actually
the big
says that on
jar,
there, but I
the
think the
big
green screen
jar.
tripping.
Yeah, it's actually on there, but we'll figure it out this green screen, as time goes on. But anyways, the big jar is empty, of course, because this is the first episode of the season. So as the season progresses, then you'll see the big jar fill up. Right now, all of the topics from season two of the podcast is in this jar right now. So we're gonna see. And we got a little surprise edition by the end of the show. So we are going to start with the small jar. And like we did last season, we'll pick the topics. I'm gonna start off the topic, and then he's gonna piggyback off me and take the reins.
Okay.
All right, because you don't have a big jar to pull from, so I don't know why he closing his eyes. He can't see you.
I got two.
All right, up, up, up.
Big hands. The power of knowledge. I feel like it should have been an echo. Knowledge, knowledge, knowledge.
The power of knowledge, y'all. Okay. So, the power of knowledge. First of all, just with this topic alone, I love this topic. Um, so I can't even think of specifically what I talked about on the podcast, but just going off the top of my dome. Um, the power of knowledge. To know things is power. For example, uh, maybe you're on your fitness journey or your health journey, to know how to eat better. Because I mean, you can go off of what other people. Oh, you should eat this. You should eat that. You should, But everybody's body is different, and so to know is powerful. So in order for you to know, I mean, you gotta do some work in order to figure things out. You gotta do some research. You gotta figure out your body. You gotta and you have to pay attention to yourself. That's health wise. The power of knowledge. A lot of people don't want to know stuff.
That's true.
Because once you know,
you can't go back.
Then you got to do something about it. Yeah. Once you know better, you got to do better. And a lot of people, they don't want to know. They don't want to know, and it's crazy, but it's true. It's like, man, dang, now I got to do something about it. And because once you know, then you are then accountable for what you know. So the power of knowledge is just that. What you got on it?
Let's just think about this. Like, how many of us, our people, we don't do doctors. We're not friends to the police. Not trusting to that kind of system, or even further than that. You can go with like when society started to integrate. The lack of knowing about other cultures and how it could be detrimental to either side. Just knowing things brings about a clarity, and power comes with that clarity. Let me take myself for instance. I've been dealing with for the past couple of years a change in my life, like trying to change my lifestyle because I learned better about diabetes, which I was diagnosed years prior, but the doctor that diagnosed me just was like, diabetic, eat better or die. Well, that's not any information, Eat better. I thought if I had a salad with my triple cheeseburger, I was eating better, But in all reality, those extra carbs and whatnot was still killing me. But now I've learned better. I've learned how to balance meals and how to eat better, and I see gains in that and changes in that to better my health so I can be around for my family. Just knowing that gave me power to do something about my situation with diabetes. So yeah, it comes from knowledge. I said about cultures, knowing other cultures, learning about other people, learning about different things gives you a different perspective and a different know about the world that we live in, which makes it better for all of us to still live in this world. Definitely power behind knowledge.
Different.
Yeah.
Power of knowledge.
Yeah. You can make it as simple as like your gas tank. Knowing that little symbol on your gas light, the arrow is on whichever side the gas tank is on.
Yeah, I didn't even know that for a long time until my sister told me.
Right. But you driving, somebody hop in, you hop in her sister car and you gotta put gas in it. You roll up to the wrong side of the pump. I mean, that's minuscule, y'all, but that's an example of knowledge
Yeah.
giving you power. You can pull up to the pump on the wrong side. Now you got the bag out and switch. And while you switching, somebody done slid in and took the last little bit of gas that was $2.95. You know gas too hot to be playing. Know what side of gas tank is on. I'm just saying.
But yes, that is so true. All right, so let's pick another topic. Another topic. You know what? I still didn't do my drum roll for the season. For the next episode. Or I might just let the guests do it. I don't know.
Strong woman.
Strong women. So y'all, he's singing my song right now. Strong women. For those out there that don't know that I sing. Okay, so strong women is the topic. Yeah. So strong women. Of course, when I did the episode, I was inspired by a lot of things, really. Strong women. Everybody has a strong woman in their life. Uh, and in my opinion, the world would not exist without a woman. Or yes, I said what I said. It wouldn't exist without a woman. I mean, naturally, it wouldn't exist without a woman. But the world turns, because of women, because of strong women. Whether it is an intentional strong woman or by condition strong woman, we have strong women in this world. I consider myself to be a strong woman. Um, and not all the time is a strong woman. Do a woman feel strong? But on other people's perspective, they're strong because we carry the weight of the world on our shoulders, whether we really want to or not. We're just kind of built to adapt and move on and go and keep going. So strong women, like I said, everybody has a strong woman in their life, whether it's your mother, whether it's your grandmother, auntie, stepmom, so many other things, cousins, friends. There's somebody in your life that's a strong woman. Who's a strong woman in your life?
Well, besides you, first let me say, acknowledging that women are strong, not in any way does that make men weak. A lot of times when the strong woman topic comes up, we want to make it a debate between, men and women, and that's not what it's about. So I acknowledge the strong women in my life. My wife being one of them. My mother, she set the strong example, raising two hard-headed boys and a girl. I can just go down the list. I mean, Honeycutt, Jess. We call her Superwoman all the time because, I can't.
She be Superwoman.
Yeah, she does things.
That's a medical word.
Superwoman. She does like everything in a day off of a cup of coffee or two, and she get it done. Anybody that does not acknowledge that women are strong and strength comes in different forms. Um, just in like parenting. My wife and I, we both have strong side. I'm a firm backhand. I'm disciplined. Physical strength. My strength is physical. Her strength comes in a different form. Raising our son, she has um, a soothing side, a nurturing side. There's strength in that because it's not something that everybody can do. You know, I'm not a nurturing person. I can't fathom sometimes the way that she parents. Not saying that it's a negative thing. We work together, but that kind of strength comes from a different place than the strength that a man would show. Women's strength comes from a different place, and I mean, Beyonce said it best. I'm gonna mess the line up, but the line where she say that they bear the children and get back to business and something or another like that.
And get back to business.
Yeah.
Better not blame
I'm
me.
just okay. Wait a minute. I'm just man enough to say I wouldn't dare take on childbirth. Wouldn't even try to imagine that. That's something that women were built for. That's a strength that we can't, as men, can't understand and never would. And then still, like she said, bear the children and get back to business. Be taking care of home.
Because you got to.
And all of that.
The world ain't going to stop.
So, yeah, I acknowledge that. I agree. The world wouldn't be what it is without strong women. No argument today, anyway.
No need to argue. I mean, it is what it is, I mean, could you really? I said this in my song. It wasn't strong women. It was. I can't even think of the name of the song. But anyways, I just say in the song, wonder what the world would be like without a woman. Could you imagine the world without a woman?
Yeah.
You a good woman, you are. Yeah. Don't let nobody stop when you got. Yeah. Could you imagine the world without a woman?
I could probably put my mind to imagining it, but I wouldn't want to. I'm just saying. I wouldn't want to imagine the world without a woman. I love you, girl. Don't you ever go nowhere.
You're trying to make her now. Maybe. So whatever strong women or woman is or are in your life, I'm creating these sentences that I just really can't say. But whatever strong woman is in your life, be sure to let that person know, hey, I appreciate you for the things that you do, just to put that out there. Show them some appreciation. Let them know how strong they really are. Because, like I said, it ain't easy. It ain't easy all the time. And just because you put on a strong front doesn't mean that it's all good. So
and
let that
Mother's
person
Day
know.
coming up too.
Yeah, Mother's Day is
take some time to acknowledge the mothers in your life, those strong women, or not even. Sometimes mothering is more than just childbirth. You have some people that are strong figures in your life that had nothing to do with you being here. So
yeah, for example, I mean, I had my godmama. It's actually today that she passed a few years ago. Anyways, but she was a strong woman in my life. And I think I realized more of how she was a strong woman as I got older. Yeah. And, just she was a strong woman. It's like, man, like I admire that, so I ain't gonna get into all that. We're gonna do one more topic. We're gonna do one more topic, and then I'm gonna throw in a loop in a minute. So, oh, now I'm gonna think. All right, and shout out to those that are listening. Hello, hello, hello.
Hello.
Okay, so the next topic is keep going. Keep going. That in itself, it says everything. I don't know about y'all, but as I was writing down the topics of the podcast and everything, I was like, man, it seemed like I'm saying the same thing over and 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 over. Keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. But um, I'm saying the same thing over and over because the thing that people need to know is that they need to keep going. They need that encouragement. They need that constant voice in their head telling them to keep going. Um, so keep going, whatever it is in life that you have going on. It may seem like it is never going to get better. That man, I can't win for losing. Those type of situations. I mean, like I said, the topics that I've had just in this season alone, um, have been not only to just push somebody else, but to push myself. We have to encourage ourselves sometimes because not all the time is somebody there to be your cheerleader, to pump you up. Not everybody is going to see your tears late in the midnight hour, or just thinking about life and you just burst into tears. Nobody's going to see that, but you have to keep going, keep going. There's so much to do. There's so many people that may be depending on you. I know that I don't really care for somebody to just be dependent on me, and that's the only reason why I want to keep going. But somebody's looking at you, somebody's watching you, somebody is depending on you, your reaction, your actions to whatever is going on in life. They're looking at, well, how did she make it out of this situation? I'm gonna do what she did. So somebody is looking up to you for for their next move. So you got to keep going. You can't give up. You can't throw in the towel. So keep going, keep going, keep going.
Yeah. So this is a real simple one for me. Look, say that life is an ocean, and we're all paddling away, right? You're trying to get to the next island. That's your breakthrough. The next island. If you stop in the middle of the ocean, you sink. If you go back, you liable to face the storms you already came through. You come out worse off than if you just kept pushing. But if you keep pushing, that island that's on the horizon will come into view. And then you will reach the island and you will reach your breakthrough. Keep going is just that. She spoke on it from a you know, you're going because not just for yourself type thing, and that's very true. We're going now for our generations to come, for people that don't even exist now. If we stop now, they don't stand a chance. You see, and something that's been weighing on me heavily here lately with the things that's going on in my life is that God keeps saying nothing equals nothing. Something equals something, and anything equals something. So if you do something, do anything, you'll get a result. But if you do nothing, you just have exactly what you got by doing nothing. So you got to keep going. You just got to get out there and keep going. It seems very scary sometimes. It is scary. It ain't even the same thing. Because back to the first topic about knowing, having power with the knowing. What you don't know has power too. It has power to a fearful power, but we are not creatures of fear. God has not given us the spirit of fear, but He's given us the power to overcome fear. So you can't let the fear of not knowing what's going to happen or the fear of success, of actually doing what you're trying to get, obtaining what you're trying to get. You can't let that kind of stuff keep you from taking the first step. And once you take the first step, you gotta be like dope runner. You gotta hit the ground going. Like the little road runner. That is mascot. It's
Yeah.
like a little road. You gotta
Yeah.
keep pushing. Put that foot out there one beyond the next until you get to something. Until you get to something better.
And shout out to Dope Runner. Charlo, Mr. Charlo.
Quick plug.
Man, yeah. Congrats on all you got going on, dude. But yes, keep going, whatever it is in life. Be encouraged. Don't give up. Don't give up. I know somebody out there needs this, you know. So that's one reason why I keep going. I keep going with this podcast because I know that somebody needs some inspiration. And that is, you know. So
Yeah.
yeah. So now I said I was gonna throw in a little something where okay, so we got the small jar, we got the big jar, right? So what we're gonna do now is I'm going to give you a topic
Okay.
that's not in the jar or anything. Okay.
The no jar
So
topic. Okay.
so the way this works is he's the first episode. So I'm gonna give him a topic because he's gonna then before the episode is over give a topic for the next special guest.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
here we go. Here we go. Here we go. So the next topic, we're gonna call this the I said what I wanted it to be added to the pot, something like that. Anyways, this was an idea I came up with. So
All right.
all right. So um, your topic is going to be just simply living in the moment.
Okay.
That might be a topic next on the podcast, anyways. Though.
Living in the moment. What is you want me to say what it means to me? Like what how does that speak to me?
However you wanna take it. Living in the
Okay.
moment.
Living in the moment. Let's talk about it then. Look.
Okay.
You don't realize the impact that you have on your surroundings and the people around you. If you're not engaged in the moments that come up in your life, it can affect the other people around you. Example, this is one that's just close to home. We could be spending time together, me and her and my son, say out at a restaurant, and we all got our faces in our phone. Nobody's in the moment. And so you thinking, well, what are you missing out on right there? Well, we missing out on that time right there with our son. He's getting older by the day, and he cares less and less to spend time with us. So parents that got kids is getting to that age. Y'all understand? We missing out on those moments. How does that affect the world around us? Well, we ain't paying attention to nothing. What if somebody come in and rob the store? We can't get no description. I tell you what happened on TikTok though. It was on TikTok though while he was robbing the store. But even smaller than that, we missing out on that time and that moment where we could have been making a memory or laughing and giggling and having a great time with our family. But it goes even beyond that. I talked to one of my good friends here this past week. He was a guest on last season, I think. Chris, was Chris like this?
Mm-hmm.
He's a guest on last season. I talked with Chris. When I talk with Chris, I have deep talks. He and I, and he said to me that the way that I sell a video game, just something as simple as that, is like so impactful. He believes that I could do it for a living. But something I said in that moment, like, triggered something beyond the game that we play. It was something deeper that he saw.
Mm-hmm.
If I wasn't so engaged in that or so passionate about it, you know, in that moment in that conversation, it might not have been something so serious to him. You know what I mean? It might not have had that impact to where he can take it and be like, bro, you can translate that into your life. You could go into sales. You could do this. I'm encouraging you. I get encouragement from you to do this in my life,
Mm-hmm.
just based off of how you approach a video game. That's so small but so big. So
Mm-hmm.
being a part of the moment, actually being engaged and passionate about the moments that you're in, has an effect on your life completely. You know, other people's life.
Yeah. And then just off of what you said, we're so busy. These right here. Oh, my QR code is on there too.
That's cool. Wow, that's
These
screaming.
things right here. Some days I wish they weren't invented. And phones, any kind of device, because like I said, we get lost in the world of devices.
Mm-hmm.
Whether it's being on the phone, whether it's playing a game, whether it's on the computer. People don't really be on the computer like that these days. But because they got other devices. So
Mm-hmm.
I guess it would be being on your iPad,
Tablets.
your tablets, but
Oh,
we
you know, back in my
lose.
day, the palm pilot.
I'm done. We lose so
Blackbird.
much time. If you, I'm gonna give you a question. I'm gonna give you a question.
Me?
How? No, just them out there.
Okay.
I mean, you can answer it too.
Yeah, okay.
But how much time do you spend on your phone a day?
I get a weekly report. I will not answer that question. I plead the fifth. One, two,
Now,
three,
give or
four,
take,
fifth.
that everything that we do is on this phone, but how much just idle time are you using your phone?
I got a
Think
piggyback
about it. You
question
go you go to the bathroom. What you doing in the bathroom?
on your phone. Scrolling.
Cutting off your circulation in your legs because you just on the toilet.
That's you. That ain't me. I
I know I'm not the only one.
I got a piggyback question. How many people wake up and touch anything other than your phone first?
I talked about this last season because I was saying, it's a shame that the first thing that you do is check your phone. You don't wake up and say, thank the Lord that I seen another day. Thank you for giving me life.
I've been trying to make it a
Anything.
point to not though.
Right.
You gotta. That's what it is. The only remedy for it is to make a point not to.
Right.
Like for instance, I said we go out to eat. From now on, we should be setting our phones in the middle
We
of the
should
table,
do like the man's.
or
Like tell the man in them.
they
Put
take
them
up a basket.
phones.
Yeah,
Put them phones in the
because we gonna
basket
have
and enjoy this
this
family time.
moment.
Like
Yeah,
there
we have to
are
do that.
good things to living in the moment. Like we're just basically existing and living because we're just on this phone looking at the latest TikTok, looking at the latest whatever Instagram video. We know more of what's going on in our phone than we do in our home. I
Get that
almost
phone,
dropped my
didn't you? Yeah,
phone.
he got
But
you.
we have to learn to live in the moment.
Yeah.
Like I don't know about y'all, but I'm getting an epiphany right now. Cause we gonna work on that.
Mhm.
You know.
And then if you so out of the moment, we don't have a lot of moments, y'all.
Really
Life
don't.
is
Life
really
is
short. It's
life
really
is
short.
very short.
It's so
And it
many
seems like it's
things
shorter and
going
shorter every
on,
day.
right? And we throwing our moments away. We have
Yeah.
to get back to being in the moment,
Hmm.
in the moment.
I mean, this goes back to, y'all check out my inspiration loading, you know. Slow down a little bit. You're moving too fast a little bit. Focus a little bit. It's right in your face. Can't you see it? We miss a lot of stuff that's just right there in our face because why? We on our phone. Get out of them phones. Get out of them phones.
Yeah.
Live in the moment. Live in the moment.
You surprised me with this. I gotta give a topic thing, but I've been sitting over here thinking I got a little bit stoned. So
You got a little bit still like that.
I got a couple of them. They just sitting on the top, but I'm gonna just give you the one that I think is the most.
Okay, so but you're not gonna say it out loud. I had you to write it. Oh, do you want to say it out loud? You can say it out loud.
Yeah.
So okay, so what is the topic that you want to give our next guest?
All right. So first, let me say shout out to Sister Macon. This one is for her. Okay, it's from her. She always says the church, but I'm gonna take it out of the church and put it into the world. The state that the world is in, y'all, and how it's going, it's scary. Okay. So I pose the question: if everyone in the world was just like me, then what type of world would it be? What are you doing to make the world better?
Okay, so that's the topic for next week.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, we're gonna be stewing on that one. But speaking of the next episode, so the next episode we will have special guests. What's next week? The name. Yes, we'll have special guests. One of my good friends, Renee L. Brown. We're gonna have her on the show. So Renee, if you listening, if you looking right now, he done gave you your topic. If this world was, say it again.
If everyone in the world, if the world was just like me, what type of world would this be? So what are you doing to make the world better?
All right. So that's the topic for next week that we will elaborate on. Um, we are coming to the end of the show. Once again, if you have not tuned into the podcast, there are 63 episodes on the podcast.
Run them up.
Run it up. Uh, but go and here, let me pop this back up on the screen just in case you need it. Go and follow on the podcast. Follow my Instagram, follow me on Facebook, subscribe to my YouTube. I'm building up my YouTube, y'all. So, go and subscribe to the YouTube. Everything is at Tips Tuesdays. Okay. So hit that QR code, check out the podcast. There's 63 episodes on there. 63 episodes of inspiration, motivation, and encouragement, y'all. It can't get no better than that. Once again, do not hoard this inspiration. Share. Share it with everybody in the world. If you are on social media, share it on your page. Go share it to somebody else's page. Be like me, be annoying and be like, hey, you heard my podcast.
Have you heard her podcast?
For real though.
I would like to say that something too. Look, if y'all like this type of screen time, the two of us, maybe I could talk Tiff into doing a couples podcast, me and her. So, let us know in the comments when y'all watching and whatnot. Let us know if you like this dynamic, this charisma, this right
I
here, and
think
we can
he over
do.
here talking about him now.
What you mean? We got a thing going that back and forth, and that they can see it. Y'all can see it. Let us know if y'all think it's a great idea. Maybe we'll work on a podcast you and I together.
Yeah, yeah. And those who are tuning in, I am going to be doing once a month during the seasons. So you got May, June, and July. I'm gonna be paying attention to who is tuning in on this podcast. You never know. I might do a giveaway. Might be some money, might be a gift card. You never know. But y'all tune in, tune in, tune in. Share the podcast. Let somebody else know what we got going on. All right. So every Tuesday night at 9 p.m. Central Time, because this is all over the world. We on Facebook Live. We on Twitter. We working some things up this season. So y'all continue to follow. Also, if you would like to financially give to the podcast, shout out to I got a couple of sponsors for the podcast. So shout out to those who are sponsoring Tips Tuesdays. But if you would like to financially give to the podcast, you can do so by cash apping Tips Tuesdays. Just as simple as that. Or you can contact me at www.tipstuesdays@gmail.com.
Can
So
you see that going across the screen?
yes, they
Oh,
can see
word.
that going across the screen.
Word, that's cool.
Yes, and better yet, let me give y'all that cash app right there, just so y'all see that. Feel free. We would gladly appreciate you.
I'm
So
gonna tell you, we ain't like them churches that be like the church, the kind, the jangle don't help. Every quarter, every cent helps.
it really does. And
Whatever your heart has.
it's just to get the word out there, to get that inspiration out there to broader horizons. So broader,
Get it too
more broad
Oh,
horizons.
yeah, that.
Is
Okay.
broader horizons?
It is today.
We'll look it up. Oh. But if you want to give to the podcast, there you go. There's a cash app. I thank you in advance if you do want to give to the podcast. But we are nearing the end. Remember, tune back in next Tuesday, 9 p.m. Central Time. We will be right back here, same time, same place, all that good stuff, with special guest Renee L. Brown. So shout out to all of my supporters. And we are about to go on and end this show because I feel like I'm just rambling on.
Well, I just gotta give it to him for the one time. So thank y'all for coming. Thank you, wife, for having me. And glad y'all tuned in. But until next time, holla dollar. Man.
A little motivation for you. A little motivation.